Let's look at other issues now. Radio in the last 100 years has had its impact as a medium for disseminating information, educating and entertaining the public, particularly in some hard-to-reach communities in Nigeria. It has been used to uphold national unity, social cohesion and the development of its people. But how is it promoting climate change awareness? With this year's celebration focusing on radio and climate change. Charles Alpha will tell us.
Broadcasting in Nigeria dates back to the colonial era, when the British introduced the radio as a medium of communication in the early 1930s. The first radio station in Nigeria was established in Ibadan in 1933, and it was known as the Radio Diffusion Service, which metamorphosed into the Nigerian Radio Service.
Lagos 107.5 FM.
Today, there are about 98 radio stations in Nigeria. That is aside the online radio, according to the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, NBC. The Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN, a government-owned establishment, has its presence in the 36 states.
Radio has gone through various stages of evolution, becoming one of the essential tools for shaping public opinion, political discourse, and cultural integrity. But the question is, how is it contributing to climate change awareness, creation, and solution?
Look at the way radio comes into the world, you see that it's something that helps local community to actually get information on weather events, helps farmers, it helps a lot of people to actually get information that can help them to, understand when to plant.
So media generally, especially radio, is absolutely important in awareness, because that's the most media that reaches the grassroots.
In fairness, the languages being spoken in radio are in simple terms, easy to understand and easy to relate to.
Those in the rural communities are said to be greatly impacted by the effects of climate change. But experts say little is done to reach them in the remotest of the villages.
There is need for this climate change awareness to reach the grassroots, but I don't think it's being used enough.
Most of the radio stations we have now are private owned, so sometimes even the private owned radios may not prioritize climate change conversations because it needs to be paid for.
The interest for the government should focus more on how they can drive community, communication.
13th of February every year has been designated as the official day of the World Radio Day by the United Nations. World Radio Day was unanimously proclaimed by all member states of UNESCO in November 2011. Charles Alpha, NT News.